You know what time it is, bitches. It's pump it up time. All right, so you may notice that I'm covered up right now, and you're like, "Ooh, why is he covered up? Has he got really bad acne?" Not at all. Actually, any acne that I had is pretty much all cleared up. But there is a reason I'm covering up, and I will be covering up for the next while. So don't expect video after video. I really want to shock you guys when I do start not covering up, right? But I've got 2 weeks left of this bulk. Exactly 2 weeks. I just looked at the calendar. And then in April, my cut starts. So I've been thinking about what ways I'm going to be cutting, dieting down, how my exercise will change. And probably I'll do more videos as I go through it because I'm prone to change my mind. There's with me, I'm pretty lucky everything works, right? It's just certain ways take longer. Certain diets eat more muscle, right? But the nice thing about if I okay, so say I go ketogenic, right? That tends to eat my muscle a little bit more, and I usually do more cardio. The thing that's good about that is when I relax near the end, that muscle comes back very fast because of muscle memory and what have you. So I could go ketogenic. I'm not sure that I'm going ketogenic. In my head, I'm going back and forth because I'd really like to do like a clean um, diet where I'm eating a lot of eggs, egg beaters, rice, um, chicken, and maybe I don't know about me. I don't know about steak if I'm gonna be. Well, I think with my cardio, I could afford to eat steak a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cut. I'll probably cut at least cut down on the oatmeal, if not cut it out altogether, because I notice that I get better results with rice over oatmeal. I don't know why that is. I like the taste of oatmeal and protein powder. Oh, and of course no matter what diet I'm on, I'll be eating protein drinks as well or drinking protein shakes. But if I go ketogenic, the nice thing about that is at first I won't have to count calories, right? Because when I go ketogenic and I'm eating high protein, high fats, my body starts burning fats better for a while. And until I get to a certain level, because you're eating all very satiable foods, your body you'll eat less calories generally and burn more fat than what you would if you were even worrying about it for a while. And what happens is you get to a certain weight, right? Where that's why it works really good for people who are severely obese because you can just bring the level down so fast. But then you get to a certain point and you're going to have to count calories anyways, right? So there's that option. I could go ketogenic at first till I get to a certain weight and then start counting calories, or I could just clean diet. And if all right, so usually my first 3 weeks on a diet, I don't have any cheat days, even ketogenic or if it's calorie counting. It really doesn't matter. I've got to go 3 weeks to be on my habitual diet, right? So that it becomes habit forming and I don't just fall off the wagon, so to speak. So yeah, so that's my plan. All my videos for the next little while, I will be covered up, and I'm gonna keep covered up. I'm still bulking though, like for the next 2 weeks, because today is 3/16/2024. I feel like I'm making good gains. Like they're not like massive gains like what you would see with a lot of people that are bulking, because I've kept it a clean bulk. My weight's relatively the same. Um, Maybe within a couple pounds, right? So, and I'm not lean at all. Um, so I like after a legs day, like maybe like a day or two after legs day, I kind of weigh in heavier. My legs soak up all the carbs and the water after the pump, and when they're healing, I weigh heavier for a couple days, and then it depletes, and I weigh really close to the same. So I did weigh in at 248, which was because of the legs day, and I figure that's a little bit heavier, but really not, because I think I was 250 when I started training, 250 around Christmas time, because that was like dirty bulk time. I was just, I was 100% natural, dirty bulking, and just hitting the weights to get my size back. But it wasn't as quality as it is now. All these things happen because when I wasn't training, I think I was walking around like 225. So a lot comes back fast, within 3 months of training. So then I hopped on enhancement at about 3 months after I was training. I still didn't have everything back, and I'm not 100% sure I have everything back from before. I look at a lot of the videos and I study different times I look different, so it will be cool when I peel down to see where I am. I am seeing some decent response in my legs, which is for an older guy what you really want. Although I don't like the proportions of bodybuilding as it stands today. I think legs are just too big on the stage. Um, well, obviously that doesn't look healthy. What's on stage? It doesn't look appealing to any women. Not that I work out for what women like. I don't. I actually work out and try to make my body for what I like. Like I've been hitting my traps real hard, trying to get as much. I want to get bigger traps than what I've ever had, and I think that I'm real close to doing that right now. And from what I've seen on YouTube, girls don't find that attractive, but I think it's cool as fuck. So I want to have big traps. To me, when you walk up and you see a guy with big traps, that's impressive, right? Not when they're like bulldozer fat, but it sets a precedent that I like. So I've been training my traps extra hard. I've went easier on my shoulders than I used to be. Uh, Off and on, right? On my shoulders, because my shoulders are pretty beat up from all the years of training, but my shoulders still look good. But I've never trained heavy weight on shoulders because bench press does a lot for shoulders. Um, so my training is going to change a lot too in the next couple weeks. Like today, I did over an hour of elliptical machine. And the reason that I do that, like before I diet down, is I'm getting my cardiovascular in shape because it's about to go to war. And you have to have a good cardio. one, you have to have a good cardiovascular system to grow, right? But you don't want to overdo it so that you're burning up muscle. So I am conscious of cardiovascular, like cardio, right? But once I start leaning out, it'll be more cardio, less weight training. There'll still be weight training, but not to the same intensity as what I've been doing. So I've been hitting it really fucking hard. And the thing is, when you're bulked like this, like people can see it in clothes and like in your gym big, right? But nobody really sees the differences you've made in your body until you peel. So when you get diced and you peel, that's when you get the reward. You put yourself through discipline and then you see the differences. They'll appear. So um, the only thing, and I see this a lot with older guys, is that genetically I have my arms grow, big. Like I get accused of having 20-inch arms all the time, and they're like, I think they're 18 and a half without a pump. But I'm not sure that my arms are as big as what they were at the biggest point when I made videos before, which I kind of find weird, but I've been having like joint pains and injuries and shit like that. And I know I'm not curling as heavy. Uh it might be just age though, because I've also found that with me personally, I could grow off of higher reps and less weight, or I could just do heavy weight. It didn't really matter. As long as I exerted myself hard, I grew. So I'm hoping that the changes that I've made and adjusted, even at my age, that I can actually make an improvement that will be noticeable later. So, all right, guys, that's my video for tonight. I haven't made a video in a couple days. I think it's been exactly 2 days. And yeah, I'm going to be sporting the bald head for the next while, so I don't have to worry about my hair. And training like there's no tomorrow. Today, this morning, I did 3 hours in the gym, and then later I went back at night for cardio, but I did eat a lot today too. Had a lot of carbohydrates, so. But my one friend was like, "You did 3 hours this morning at 8 a.m.?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I went in at 8 and I was there for 3 hours." And he's like, "Holy crap, you're like back to almost like what you used to be." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I am. My intensity's almost there. But the real thing will be, when I peel." So hopefully everything's still, gravity doesn't be unkind to me. So we'll see. Usually if you get thin enough skin, it isn't too bad. All right, guys, that's my video for tonight. This is my journal entry. Stay tuned. Changes will happen.